It was a big win for over 28,000 teachers across the country when the Supreme Court judges declined to suspend Court of Appeal order directing Teacher Service Commission to effect teachers 50 to 60% pay rise effective 1st of August 2015.
The preliminary objection dated 11th August 2015 is allowed. Second, the application dated 3rd August 2015 is disallowed. The applicant shall bear the cost of the first and the second respondents, while the third and the fourth respondents shall bear their own cost. And these are our orders.
Now, in its ruling, Supreme Court judges Chief Justice William Mutunga, his deputy Kalpana Rawal, Justice Jakton Ujwang, Mohammed Ibrahim and Justice Mokin Wanjala said they do not have the jurisdiction to rule against the decision by the Court of Appeal.
Such an early involvement of this court, in our opinion, would expose one of the parties to prejudice with the danger of leading to an unjust outcome. In these circumstances, we find that this court lacks jurisdiction to entertain an application challenging the exercise of discretion by the Court of Appeal under Rule 52B of that court's rules of 2010.
A ruling that left teachers celebrating inside the Supreme Court. And the men who fought day and night to ensure that this happens were celebrated in the streets of Nairobi with teachers dancing and shouting songs of solidarity over a ruling that will see the TSC pay teachers increased salaries by the end of this month. While the Kenya National Union of Teachers Secretary General Wilson Sossion welcomed the decision by the Supreme Court and demanded that the teacher's employer retracts the August 2015 payslips and prepares fresh ones that reflect the new pay hike. Now, by Friday last week, TSC already paid teachers their August salaries to evade the directive.
They've prepared the payroll without factoring in the salaries, and if they prepare the payroll without factoring in the salaries, before even they got the orders from this honorable court, then they're in contempt of court.
We know very well that teachers have always been, even to the press on monthly basis, that the salaries have delayed. But in this circumstance, it was mischievous. But I don't think mischief is going to overturn the wheels of justice.
The Giant Teachers Union NAT has threatened to call for a national strike when schools reopen in September should the government fail to implement the salary increment as directed by the court.
No teacher will resume duties in this country unless the 50-60% as was ordered by the Court of Appeal is reflected in the payslip. That is where we are.
Now, the teacher's employer had filed a petition at the Supreme Court to contest the decision by the Court of Appeal to uphold the Employment and Labour Relations Court's ruling that handed teachers a salary increment. In its petition, the teacher's employer, TSC, argued that paying teachers a pay hike of between 50 to 60% is not tenable as it was not budgeted for in the 2015-2016 budget and will hurt the country's economy. Claims teachers objected, saying that TSC and government agreed to give teachers a salary increment which was to be paid for a period of 4 years.
Now as it is, you will get a letter going out from both the unions to the TSC, to the Attorney General, to Mr. Rotich, to warn them that if the salaries are not credited to the teachers, come Monday, 31st of August, we will cite them for contempt of court.
TSC will require 73 billion shillings to pay the enhanced salaries. The struggle for teacher salary increment has finally come to an end, and now the ball is in the government and the Teacher Service Commission's court to ensure that they implement the court's ruling. However, the fate of children reporting back to school on the 2nd of September, when schools are supposed to be reopening, now lies in the hands of the government, as teachers have threatened to go on strike should the Teacher Service Commission fail to give teachers a salary increment of between 50 to 60% at the end of this month. Brenda, Czeda at the Supreme Court, Nairobi.